everyone, Mac is back. Today we're going to go over the glorious battle which is currently in progress to kind of see, dive into this event that goes on from time to time. It's actually a very good event, some good rewards in there for you, whether you're a fighter or whether you're just participating as a support inside the battle, which is really good. So let's get to it. So what's the strategy, or what's the the point of this event that we have here? Essentially, what you're trying to do is get enough elimination points or contribution points, or both, depending on how it looks, how you're trying to go about your account. As you can see here, here's the contribution, here's the elimination. From the contribution perspective, you can see here that it's the amount that you need here, 4,500, 5,200 for each level, is really not that much, but it takes a little while. It takes some some strategy to be able to get enough points to be able to collect these rewards over here, which are very nice. So as you can see here, some of the rewards you get these S medals, which are very good, the troop medals, some glory points, so I'll show you where you can use those, and you get some of these marching bugles, which you can see up here, the queue details. I have 4 of 4 ready to go, but above that, that's where those marching bugles are. You can get a maximum of 30. After that, they won't accumulate anymore. You can get them from here as well as the elimination rush as well. You can also get some blessing stones, and you can also get some glorious raffle tokens, which can be used up in the glory raffle wheels that's up there. Going to the elimination, it's a little bit different. It's got some of the similar stuff, but it also has this the photo chest for deep beyond the wall, which is a very nice upgrade as well. And they also have the Darius medals in here too. So even as a free-to-play, you can be able to unlock Darius, who is a very good commander. As you can see here in Glorious Battle, you can see all his stats. I went over him in a previous video. So this is really good, and you can see that what the maximum here is, the maximum number that you can, it looks like 10 million. So that's a lot of points you can get from here. Now, how do you do that? Let's see, how do you actually get those points? All right, so here you go. Here you see here is the list of getting those points. So at the very top there, you can see here, participate in a city battle once, and you get 100 contribution points right off the bat. So very easy to do. So once your faction or your alliance attacks one of the buildings, all you have to do is send 10,000 troops one time. That's all you have to do. You can send them in, and as soon as they get in the building, you can take them out, and you're going to get the 100 points. So you don't even have to sacrifice them if you don't want to. However, if there's someone defending that, then you're going to have a problem. But just wait for the whale to go, whoever the whale is going first, and then you can just go in there as well. You can also defend as well. You can go in there and defend. It's all about the one time going in each building. You can't send multiple armies there, because if you do, it won't work. You're not going to get the 100 double. You're not going to get double or triple. It's just one-time thing. And the next one down there, for every 7,000 armament supplies transported to the frontline cities, you get 1 point. Doesn't seem like a whole lot for just getting 1 point, but you can send a lot of the armaments to be able to get that. And then looking below that, you see that this says every 4,000 armament supplies obtained through trading. So there's a system of trading as well. And then going back up to the third one there, each construction quest will give you 25 points as well. And then the troop elimination, so where you actually are fighting in the elimination contribution points, you can see there for every 10,000, either tier 3, 4, or 5, you will get the corresponding points to the right. And then if you want to purchase those bugle packs, they'll give you 200 as well for each one of those. But if you're not someone who pays, then obviously you're not going to be able to get something like that. And they could also purchase the appreciation pack and get the same amount, the 200. Now, your first decision to make as to which one of these different positions do you want to be in. Do you want to be in offensive, defensive, or logistics? And to be able to do that, be able to choose which one you want to use is based on essentially what you're trying to accomplish. If you're a free-to-play, or you're someone who doesn't like to attack, and you can be free-to-play and still like to attack, don't get me wrong, this is not just for the whales. You can still fight to get points. However, if you're not, if you just want to to try to help out, you can use the logistics over here to Obviously, you can see here increase the trading efficiency, which is very good. But the big thing about it is that if you actually go into the administration tab and you can see what you can get here. So you can get another queue. You start off with 2 queues. You can get a 1 queue here at the very top. And then if you go down to logistics, you can also get rapid transport, which is faster. You can get the increased transport limits. You can actually send more of those armaments there, which we talked about before, and so on and so forth. You can go ahead and read those. Now, if you're a military position, for instance, if you're being attacked, if your alliance is being attacked with one of the buildings, then you want to be set up in that defensive one, because you're going to get more of these total attacks, more of these buffs here. And the big thing is to reduce the max resilience as well. That's what you want for the defense. And clearly the offense is going to be the exact same thing. If you're going on the offense, you want to switch to that one too. The one caveat that I have to say is that you can see there's switch buttons here, and you can switch at any time you want, except after you switch, you'll have to wait 24 hours to be able to switch again. So try to time that strategically, and that'll give you a better idea of when you want to do it. Now, as you can see here from my faction or my alliance, which it's not just my alliance, there's many alliances that are combined here together. But as you can see, these buildings here, and each building has a specific attribute or specific reason that you want to have it. And I'm not going to go into too much details over those. I'm just going to say how you can get these contribution points to try to maximize these rewards that you can get. So when we're looking at each one of these buildings to be either attacked to gain them, to be able to, so one of your faction has these bugles up here. You can see at the very top we have 3 of them, and it shows you here how long the collection time before you get another one. So you can see that the military buildings are the ones, and the City of Judgment, which is your main building, can be able to get these packs or these bugles to be able to attack different other buildings. So as you can see here from the graphic that just came up, that once there's a bar there at the very top of the graphic that shows you who is winning, or who is taking over the building. The battle lasts 1 hour, and whoever has the most troops in there will move that bar a little bit more. So if you have, say, 10 million troops and you're defending it, and they're coming in and attacking, that bar will stay on your side and be able to increase or decrease depending on how how much if you're winning or you're losing, and then vice versa if they're attacking you. So battle lasts for an hour, and then once the battle will either end when the defense stays in there the entire time for the entire hour, or the attack moves the bar the entire way up across and takes over completely, and that's when the battle will end. So there's something we talked about, which was the construction. And you can see over here this little hammers. These are all construction quests that you can complete if you'd like. They will, each one of those quests will cost you one of your marching bugles as well. And you can see as I hover over the marching bugle over here, I get the same chart that I got on the top right portion as well. But as you can see here, these take 5 minutes to complete, and you get those 25 points. If you hover over here, it tells you what you're doing. You're increasing the city defense by 5,000. You're increasing here, these ones here, increasing the defense troops by total attack, defense, and health by 25%. Again, those are 25. Those cost 20 or give you 25 of those contribution points. It's something to note because you want to try to maximize that if you can. Now, for instance, if I slide over here and I go to the large merchant, and I click on that, you can transport or you can trade. Now, or you can also construct. You can see all 3 of them are here. There's a defense as well, since we own it. So if another alliance or a faction tried to attack it, you could send troops in there to defend it if you wanted to. You can also do the transport. So you can transport here, as you can see. If I transport 120,000 of the armament supply, which you can see over here, we have 329 million. So that's 17. It would give you 17 contribution points. It'll take me 9 minutes and 36 seconds to get there. Now, in the logistics tab that I showed you before, that's where you can increase this amount and be able to shorten this time as well. So that's something to note. And then you can also do a trade. I'm not going to press on there because the trade will actually go through, I believe, and I don't want to do that. Right there at this point, but the trade basically is it will give you more of these armaments. So it'll be a certain amount of time. Usually it starts off at about 8 hours. So you can just click it, use the 8 hours, and then it'll give you that's a certain amount of the armament supplies. And then you can also do the construction, which I sold as 25 points. So you just have to consider which one of these you want to use if you're going to use those together. And lastly, one of the most important strategies is to listen to your leaders of the faction, because you need to be well coordinated. Create your own Discord if you need to. Use the glorious battle chat to coordinate everything together, because you really need to do that. You can see these bugles up here. I've actually gained one already just for the time making this video, but you need to strategize about how you want to use those bugles, because you only get so many of them. However, what's really nice is here, if you click on that rush I told you about, and you get so many points, you'll actually be able to gain more of those bugles. So you can gain them on the contribution side and on the elimination side here as well. So then you can be able to get a little bit more. So if you do lose some troops, it's actually not as bad in here, because they have their own hospital for it as well. If you click down here in that bottom right, you can see the hospital up here, and it'll show you, you can click on this and you can see your Westeros hospital or your Glorious, so you can switch between the two if you really need to. And it's actually a little bit cheaper for the healing cost, because they didn't want everybody getting hurt so much. There's a few other things just to note here before I end the video. There is a ranking system. You can see the rankings here for your, wherever your faction's going to be, the elimination points, the solo kills, and these are nice as well, and individual contribution. Now, what does this all mean? How do you get rewards from that? Well, typically, you can see here, go over to the rewards. You can see the faction influence reward, so this is for your faction. And if you click on this little icon here, it'll show you whichever one, the top faction, eight factions, so that's your faction which you can gain. So pretty good rewards here, to have those SS medals, or troop medals, very, very nice. Then you have your individual elimination, individual contribution. So these will be up just solely on your account. The whales are going to get probably the top ones, if that's just the way the game works a lot of times. But still, even if you're top 10,000, you're still going to get a bunch of these glory ones here. You're still going to get another one of those total attack medals, which is very nice, especially for free-to-play. If you're free-to-play and you're getting some of these, total attack medals, that's very nice. And then the individual ones, same type of thing. The whales will probably get these top ones, but still, you're still getting 20 more of those SS medals, so that's also very, very, very good. And then you also have the raffle, glory raffle, and you can change the feature based on which one that you want to do. I have a previous video where I talked about this, so just choose the one that you need is all I can say. That's probably the best thing. And then finally, if we go down here to the world progression, you have certain other things you can claim. So once you do these tasks here, you get 7 more bugles, which is nice there on that one. This one you're going to get those glory raffle, and then same thing here, and then more of those bugles, and then more of the glory. And then if you completely be the king and take over the center, you can get this one as well. So make sure you try to do all this in your faction to get all those rewards. It's very nice. I actually like this. It's kind of challenging. It's a little time consuming sometimes, because each battle is an hour, but you can contribute as much as you want, and then when you're done with it, if you can just get out of the battle and you're good to go, and either you win, you lose. So it's totally up to you. Like I said, communication is key. Hope this gave you a little bit of an idea of this event. Like I said, I really like it. Until next time, Mac out.